Freaking finally, Asuna is coming into the Underworld. How will Alice react to this other woman? So what's up guys, Foxen here. The actual SAO Alicization War of the Underworld trailer just dropped, which is really the full version of that Anime Expo SAO teaser. But let's also not forget about this new SAO Visual with this stunning Asuna. So be sure to subscribe and like the video for more SAO videos. It also helps other SAO fans find my videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this juicier SAO breakdown. There's a lot of new elements introduced here. What the hell is going on? Just know I will stick to new stuff revealed here. Let's go ahead and start off with the new visual. First off quickly, the two from the first Anime Expo teaser. You can see Alice back in full form. Notably, the eye patch is gone now. Eye is fully regenerated, or should I say healed. Either way, Alice is definitely ready to go Zenbun Zakura on someone's ass. As for the Kirito potato mood, poor Kirito. So yes, Kirito the broken is now wheelchair bound. At this point, he's really only a shell of his former self. With that out of the way, let's get to the main star, freaking Asuna making her debut into the Underworld. So yes, this right here is Asuna entering the Underworld using the God Stacia account. It does come with that lovely pink dress. It actually does look similar to one of the wedding Asunas from SAO Memory Defrag. I'm only slightly surprised that they're already showing this off here, but I freaking love it. I've been waiting so long for Asuna to kick some Underworld ass. I'm only really hoping that they make all of the Asuna scenes really high quality, especially a certain Asuna scene. But hold up a minute, let's not forget about this other guy. He has this menacing look. So oh my god, is it the Fairy King returning? From the poster it kind of looks similar, but this guy is an actual threat. This right here is a God Vector that's going to be commanding the Dark Territory troops. That's right, a lot of death is coming for SAO. You'll find out a little bit more about this guy in a little bit. So let's actually get into the shot by shot breakdown for the newest actual trailer. So this is already the shot you've seen from the Anime Expo trailer. As an extension of this, you do see the broken Kirito. Really a close-up shot of him. At this point, Kirito had his flux-like damaged, so really Kirito is currently on a timeout. Next up, the capital shot plus Alice and Kirito on the dragon. Oh, Kirito got his clothing changed. Come on, think about it. There's only one way that Alice could have done that. But actually, think about it a little more. This actually looks like when Alice is leaving from the capital. In other words, after the events of episode 24. Next shot up, some Integrity Knights. Right here, you can actually see 3 pairs of shoes. The first one being Eldri, then the second one in line, Fanatio, and finally last up, the Crimson Integrity Knight. I would imagine this is when they're having that quick meeting after the whole event. Officially, Burkholz is going to be in charge of the whole area. Next up, the Blue Rose Sword. At the moment, you do have Broken Kirito carrying the 2 swords that now carry a lot of history. Don't let go of those. As for Alice here with the Blue Rose Sword, so you got a familiar question from the previous teaser. You have Alice really questioning what her fight against Quinella really meant. I mean, the 2 people that helped her eventually break out of the taboo index are now gone, at least one of them temporarily. This next chart is pretty interesting. You're actually seeing SAO Alicization episode 24, but this time from Alice's point of view. Recall from the previous episode, Alice passed out, but she was otherwise not too damaged after Cardinal healed her previous injuries. Unfortunately, Alice right here got a front row seat to witness Kirito passing away, really Kirito being converted into this side character. Next shot up, a quick shot of Silica, Alice's sister. This shot should be Silica and Alice talking a little bit. Recall back in the previous episode, young Alice did die. So this Alice meeting Silica is one that doesn't know really anything about Silica. It is tough on both of them, but both of them slowly try to rebuild this new sibling bond. As for Alice's father here, you could hear the guy here saying, "Get out." Turns out that Alice and the shutdown Kirito now don't exactly get a warm welcome back to the Roulette village. Alice's papa and the other villagers still recall Alice being taken away by the church. All of a sudden, years later, you got this broken kid and Pirate Alice showing up. So what the hell happened? They pretty much believe that Alice didn't get killed, but that Alice is still in the process of atoning for her past sins related to breaking the taboo index. And I know some of you guys are going to be wondering, couldn't Alice really just go Integrity Knight on their ass? And honestly, Alice really could have easily convinced them by force. But then again, Alice thought it was best not to. Instead, you got Alice building a home for herself and Kirito just outside the Roulette village. Next up, getting to Asuna. Poor Asuna, she looks like she's about to cry. This should be her finding out about Kirito's damaged floodlight outside. Then for the invading US forces. You should know that this next half should switch between what's going on in real life and the Underworld more frequently. In case it wasn't too clear just yet, this invading group does want the world's first true AI. In other words, they want to capture Alice. That's their #1 priority. Killing anyone else on board is completely fine. Next up, the broken Kirito. This is a shot from the Anime Expo teaser. Kirito right here is also wearing the similar clothing that he first used when he first arrived to the Roulette Village. So if Alice didn't change him before, she definitely changed him now. Then this wonderful shot again, Alice sleeping with Kirito. Again, I did joke about it last time, but I do hope whoever is not in on the joke doesn't seriously think that Kirito is cheating. I mean, it would make no sense to claim that. Kirito at this point has been in potato mode for a good long time. Instead, let's actually be thankful that Alice was taking care of Kirito for Asuna. That being said, Asuna may still want to cut someone. Oh yes, Asuna meeting Alice will be very spicy. Next up, Integrity Knight Eldry. At this point, Alice should have left the Integrity Knights for a while. Bercoli and the remaining Integrity Knights were left behind to try to keep on running stuff. Although trouble is coming. The Dark Territory War is coming. Which is really why you see Eldry here trying to convince Alice to come back to the Knights. He's trying to be really convincing for her to return. And honestly, these guys are severely outnumbered and underpowered compared to the Dark Territory forces. They need anyone and anybody that they could find. Also, keep in mind, some of the Integrity Knights aren't too happy about Kirito being left alive. If I do recall, some of these knights like Eldry wanted Kirito to be executed on the spot. Next up, the lovely Amayori makes a return. Oh, what a nice dragon. And yes, you're actually going to get a lot more dragon action with this next SAO half. Besides Silica coming to visit Alice every now and then, Alice has really only had Amayori to keep her company. You know, since Kirito isn't much of a talker right now. Then for Alice looking intensely up above, also wearing this cloak. I could imagine this being a couple of things. Let's just say that Alice isn't going to decide whether or not she gets to fight. Then back with Asuna in real life, another shot of Asuna's ring. Come on, I freaking love them showcasing this whenever possible. You hear that? Anyone who honestly thought there was anything other than Asuna and Kirito happening. This should be Asuna holding on to Kirito right before she jumps into the Underworld, which I cannot freaking wait. By the way, a slight clarification about Asuna. A lot of SAO anime only fans seem to think that Asuna entered into the Underworld in the last episode, there at the very end. That Asuna was coming to help out Kirito. Except that really wasn't the case at all, at least not yet. Let's just say that the anime did their own interpretation of that cliffhanger. What that was Kirito really recalling Asuna in that dire moment, right as the power was being shut down. In other words, that's really highlighting Asuna being super important for Kirito. The guy was practically dying and he was thinking about Asuna. But don't worry, you're actually going to get a good amount of Asuna in these coming 24 episodes. Although I don't expect Asuna to actually show up in the Underworld until like episode 8 to 10. It really all depends on how quickly or slowly they adapt the Asuna content from the SAO light novels. Next up, Project Alicization, which is really what the invading forces is coming after. Time to capture a certain blonde, and I don't mean Eugeo. Talking about blonde dudes, you got this guy coming up next. This guy is part of the invading forces, and his name is Gabriel Miller. You've actually already seen him in SAO Alicization. It was right in the very first episode. This guy was overlooking at the Eugeo group. And actually, he was also seen in the final episode too, when they were cutting the power. This is actually that bastard on the new visual released, right at the very top. Gabriel right here is actually going to be one of the main villain figures now that Quinella has been turned into Super Crispy. Just like Asuna, Gabriel's going to log into the Underworld using one of the Super God accounts. This guy's going to be using the God Vector account from the Dark Territory side. Next up, Alice using her fragrant olive sword, that thing unleashed. Like I mentioned, not winter, but war is coming. Alice really doesn't have a choice in the matter. At this point, Alice is back in her golden Integrity Knight armor. It has been a while since I read this, but this may be episode 3 or 4. And then finally, Alice fully back in form. Alice taking that eye patch off. Goodbye Alice pirate mode. I've seen this question from some of you about why Alice didn't heal it sooner. And honestly, she could have done it at any time. She really just chose to stay that way until this very moment. Which really goes back to Alice being in this lost, rough mental state. And then yes, the final shot. Oh my god, Alice has gained the Sharingan. But no really, this reddish eye. I'll be completely honest, I'm not exactly sure why Alice's eye here is a different color. I don't recall it being mentioned in the SAO light novels, or if it was not a huge point. Even in the actual new visual, both of the eyes are blue, so who knows, it might be a temporary thing, like something only present immediately after it got healed. Anyway, getting into a few other hot topics that a lot of you guys have been asking about. First off, Eugeo. There's been so many questions about Eugeo. Is there really any chance for Eugeo to return this next upcoming Underworld War arc? Keep in mind that in the last episode, Eugeo and young Alice's Floodlight got destroyed. Unfortunately, both of them are gone. They've officially died. The best I could tell you for Eugeo fans, depending on how A1 Pictures adapts the SAO light novel content, you should get at least one Eugeo related scene coming, perhaps more if they do include some flashback stuff. And let me just mention that I personally really loved Eugeo, especially in the anime. Although that being said, I would really rather Eugeo not be revived. Right now Eugeo's death does serve as a parallel to Asuna's loss with Yuki. And really, if you got people coming back all of a sudden, it's gonna start becoming like Dragon Ball with the wishes. But don't be sad, be glad. You can actually enjoy Eugeo and Yuki in the SAO game universe. Both of them are still alive and well there. Next hot topic, is there any kinky, sexy stuff coming this next war arc? And no, I'm not talking about Alice sleeping with Kirito. So let me just mention, you're gonna get nothing like what happened to poor Roni and Tise in the first half of SAO Alicization. Depending on how the anime does adapt a certain scene/battle, you may see something slightly graphic. Or it could also be a team scene involving one of the female Dark Territory warriors. And just to clarify, this will be something a female does performing this stuff on another female. Technically, it's not sexual. I know that was a little vague, so let me be a little more specific. You may see some boobage. Honestly though, I'm actually more concerned with how A1 Pictures is going to adapt some of the more bloody and potential gory stuff. Will they actually do it justice? Or are they just going to show blood but heavily tone down some gory scenes? You know, like Attack on Titan Season 3 did. But anyway, in case you are more curious about what's coming, I actually did a full in-depth spoiler look at the upcoming War of the Underworld anime stuff. Definitely take a look if you want the more juicy SAO details. Only a little over 2 months left. By the way, also definitely check out my video on Shinkai's latest Weathering with You movie. It just came out here in Japan. The whole video is in depth but also non-spoiler. Could Weathering with You be the next Kimi no Na wa? But anyway, definitely post down below, how more hype does this SAO trailer make you? Which SAO character are you excited to see in action? I'm betting you that no one's gonna say Klein, that guy sucks. Be sure to smash that thumbs up and subscribe for more SAO stuff. Find out just how good Weathering with You was, and I'll see you guys later.